Hello everyone, it's me, Demented Ghastly. This is the third video I've recorded on Monday. So happy to talk with you guys again. Anyway, I'll stop flirting. What's up, baby girl? Anyway, enough of that. So, the thing that won second place was the Total Drama Villains Only season. I'm gonna guess that you guys want to see a Total Drama Villains Only season? So, let's get started, eh? Okay. So I wrote down a whole bunch of notes that are relationships that I wanted to see, as well as all the challenges. So the theme for this is that all the challenges are going to be previous challenges that have happened. Okay, first one is to dive off the cliff, the classic one. Dive off the cliff to find a key in the lake and use a stroller to carry your teammate to the spot and use the key found to open it. So we need someone to get off in the first episode. Except we get to save one person from elimination that I'm going to obviously do for realistically, because I need to have someone that I keep in for like good reasons. So the first character we get rid of is going to be Blaney from the Villainous Vultures V2 and the Wicked Weasels. So here's some relationships that I plan on doing. Ezekiel and Scott, both are farm boys. Topher and Jacques. Justin and Alejandro, they're both smoking hot. Courtney and Scott, I think that'd be interesting to see how their dynamic has changed. Lauren and Max, with her tormenting him. Lightning and Joe. Julia and Alejandro, seeming as Alejandro is captain of the Villainous Vultures V2, and Heather is captain of the Wicked Weasels. We have Blaine Lee and Topher, Sugar and Ripper, Heather, Harold, and Duncan, Mal and Dave, Bowie and Dave, MK and Scarlett, Chase and Anne Maria, Amy and Stephanie. Okay, now we're moving on to episode 2, where we get rid of Sugar. Yippee! We get rid of her again. For the love of God, please get her off my screen. So we have enough of Blaney and Topher kind of hitting it off in the first episode, where we have... Sorry, I'm a little bit off. I'm off my game, jeez. So the second one is going to be Chef's Boot Camp. This team has a lot of pretty boys on it. They're not going to do as well. And obviously... Well, this team has a lot of pretty boys too. Chase, Dave... Bowie can handle it. But, like... We're still going to have the Villainous Vultures V2 lose again, eliminating Sugar so that all the fans are happy. The next one is use many materials to get up a rocky mountain while being attacked by a mutant beetle. Play a game of capture a flag while surviving the icy elements. Okie dokie, so... We're going to have the Wicked Weasels lose this one. That way we can finally get rid of one from the Wicked Weasels. Let's see, who do we get rid of? So Mala is keeping... Okay, what's the lore implications? Why did I make it so that Mala is back? Well, I don't know. Mike has some head trauma. Not head trauma. He's still got some trauma that he's going through. He thought that he really got rid of Mal, but it didn't really happen. Mal is currently completely taken over Mike's body. Once he gets eliminated, he'll be able to get the help he needs. So, yeah. Right now, he is currently pretending to be Mike, though. This time, he's actually doing a better job because he realized what he did wrong in the last season, which was be freaking obvious as hell. And so, in this case, he's going to be acting a little bit better. I want to see more Duncan, Harold, and Heather going in here. The next person to get out is going to be, let's see, who had tons of screen time, but... Okie dokie. I say we get rid of Stephanie because she's generally unpleasant. Now, some of you might be saying, why not get rid of Duncan, Harold, Heather, people who've already gotten tons of screen time? Well, they'll get out later, just not right now, because we still kind of need them because they are well-rounded characters that allow for other characters to grow. Meanwhile, we want to get rid of some other characters who don't have as much of a chance at growing, but still are not as late boots, I guess. Okay, now we have Villainous Vultures V2. This one is episode 4, climb to the top of Mount Everfast and grab the flag on top of the mountain. Let's say that Eva wins this one, giving her team the win, and they have to choose one person to go home from this group, and they decide it to be Lightning. So what? He's gone. Courtney and Scott are kind of working together. Alejandro is still trying to manipulate Courtney. Justin and Alejandro are having this tater fight. Alejandro sees Julia as a possible, pupil. Scott and Ezekiel are pretty chill right now. Ezekiel's, he's mostly human. He's still got some weird stuff with him. Joe kind of likes Ezekiel. She thinks that he's easy to manipulate. He's desperate, in need for friends, but she's also got a soft spot for him, let's say. She's kind of like, I feel bad for this kid. So yeah, that's the thing. She feels bad for him. The person that we'll get rid of next from this team is... Who had a fair amount of screen time? Let's say Max eliminates himself to be away from Scary Girl, because he's like, she's too evil, I can't take it. We're going to have Scarlet be kind of another secret underlying villain. Here's some villains that I plan on being the secret underlying villains of the season. Meanwhile, other characters seem to be heroes. I plan on making Mal a manipulator. Let's see. We make Amy a manipulator. Not a good one, but kind of a manipulator. We make Scarlet a person who is also manipulating by use of the fact that she's smart, and also everybody just thinks, they're like, why is she here? Except for the people from Pocatello Island, but only the people from Pocatello Island know, and she threatened Dave before the season began. Okay, the next one is episode 6, Race To and Fro. Race To and Fro. I wrote these down. I guess I must not have, done it perfect, I guess. Okay. Race to and from an obstacle course to acquire the password necessary to save their teammate from drowning. You know which season this is from. We're going to say that this team loses this challenge, and the reasoning was Jacques thought too highly of his own abilities, and we get rid of him. We got a fair amount of Jacques time, don't worry. Next we have 7, rescue teammate who is locked in a vault, rob a bank, build and race go-karts. Let's see, so we're going to get rid of one from the Wicked Weasels, which was going to be Eva, because she got really angry during the challenge. However, it was a non-elimination round. I forgot that I didn't just choose it. I literally wrote down in my notes that it was going to be episode 7 until I read it just now. So that's interesting. Who do you guys think is going to win? Well, naturally there's going to be 2 winners, like the normal toll drama, okay? But who do you think is going to be the canon winner? Who do you think is going to go really far? Write down in the comments, you know, that I love reading comments. Anything positive is really sweet and makes my day. And I like this community to be nice. Sometimes we aren't exactly that nice, but, you know, we try our best. In this one, we have episode 8, travel across the island while being covered in sap. We're going to get rid of another one from the Wicked Weasels this time. I say that... We get rid of... I say we get rid of Jose. She had enough moments. Plus, she doesn't really work as well without Jacques in this case, but she had a decent amount of episodes, a decent amount of screen time, enough time to show her off, and they decide against eliminating Eva because Eva apologized, all that sort of stuff. She didn't actually get mad after they almost voted her off, and they're like, oh, she's kind of grown. Plus, Eva's listening to her music. She's all happy and stuff like that. We've moved on to episode 9, which is carry your canoe to the beach and joust your partner/opponent. Let's see. So the opponents I'm gonna have here are going to be... Hold on. So we're going to have Heather versus Alejandro. We're going to have Scott versus Duncan. We're going to have Ripper versus Harold. Scary Girl versus Izzy. Ooh, this is gonna be good. We have Justin versus Anne Maria. We're going to have Julia versus Bowie. We're going to have Topher versus Chase. We're going to have Joe versus MK. And Ezekiel versus Dave. How about that? And then we're going to have Courtney versus... We're going to have Scarlett. Scarlett's going to destroy this challenge and then try to make it look like it was nothing. We're going to get rid of another one of the villainous vultures here. This is becoming a more tightly knit group. However, the one outlying factor is that nobody really trusts Scary Girl, so they get rid of her. Even Scary Girl's afraid of Scarlet at this point. Meanwhile, Dave hints to Mal that there is something that he doesn't know about Scarlet. So we have villainous vultures here. In episode 10, we have carry the other team, hunt. We have hunt the other team. What the heck? Why did I get? Oh, it's from the last one. Hunt the other team dressed as deers with paintball guns, or if one is the deer, avoid being hit by them. We're going to have the villainous vultures win this one, surprisingly. And the person they decide to get out is... Let's see. Duncan. We decide to get rid of Duncan. He's spent enough time in, but you know, he's gone through his own little arc. Duncan's a little bit of a better person right now, but not in the weird way of All-Stars. He's just decent. But he didn't exactly do the best in the challenge, so they wish him goodbye. Heather's kind of like working with Harold right now, and she's like, I can't believe I'm working with this friggin' nerd. Now we have episode 11. Get across the field, a red light, green light style game while trying to avoid being caught by Axe Hatchet. Scarlet calculates the stuff, but ultimately gets knocked over by... Let's see, who should she get knocked over by? Chase, who's not looking where he's going. We get rid of Chase here. Easy dub, boys. Easy elimination. Now we have episode 12. Okay, in episode 12, we have land on a horse from a diving board and kettle rope the other team. Villainous vultures are gonna win this one. After all, we have Ezekiel and Scott here. So the person going home from the Wicked Weasels is... MK as Scarlet... Okay, let's see. Mal frames her for stealing. How about that? By using Dave as a distraction. Dave has kind of gotten over Sky, but right now he's just suffering under the evil hands of Mal. Ooh, except now it's better because I'm the one doing it, because I know better than the writers, obviously. Jump off the cliff into a shark-infested lake. Pull crates back to camp. Winning team gets carts. Built a hot tub from materials found in the crates. They never showed Justin jumping off. Oh wait, they do. They do show Justin jumping off. That was my mistake. I was thinking of someone else. Because I'm like, I don't remember his pretty face getting hurt. But nah. So we'll have the team that is going to lose this one, which is crazy because the Wicked Weasels are starting to get scared again. Because, oh, we're starting to run out of people. Amy's kind of floating under the radar right now. So we get rid of Izzy as Scarlet thinks that Izzy is a difficult part of her plan. However, she's also getting her suspicions about Mike. Mal. Now we have episode 14, a best of 5 dodgeball game. Okay, who do I think would do well in the best of 5 dodgeball game? Okay, so we got some pretty good people on this side, pretty good people on this side. I think it'd be funny if it was just like Alejandro and Heather left, and they're just like chucking balls at each other until... Okay, so in this one, we have... Let's see. We have the villainous vultures lose, and we're just going to eliminate Topher. Chris McLean does it as well. He's like, yeah, I'm putting in an extra vote just so that you go home. I'm doing supreme authority. A lot of people did vote for you, but you didn't win the amount of votes, and I'm going to reveal the most amounts of votes were directed towards Alejandro. Oh man, I wonder why I got so many votes. This doesn't make sense. I thought everybody liked me. Oh, but Julia's secretly plotting. Ooh. Okay, so now we have episode 15, which is a boxing match. It's one of those fear boxing matches, I think. Except it's trying to be like canon opponents, like things that would make sense between both groups. I'm going to say that the villainous vultures lose this one due to Justin not wanting to get his face hurt, and so they eliminate him here. We got a full 15 episodes of Justin time. I think that satisfies the Justin fans, as this is probably about the time where he gets to run out of jokes. Plus, we'll say Alejandro was talking with Julia about getting rid of him because, oh man, his charming looks might win over the... or let's say Alejandro thinks, oh man, his charming looks will surely get Julia, Joe, and Courtney on his side. Meanwhile, and so he talks to like people like friggin' Ripper. He convinces Joe, and Joe convinces Ezekiel to vote them off. We'll move on to episode 16. Let's talk a little bit about Ezekiel in this season. How about that? I'm drinking so much water because I'm talking so much. Putting a little bit weird amount of thought into this shit. I want Ezekiel to have basic... Okay, let's have Ezekiel kind of make friends with people for once. He is starting to build genuine relationships. He's getting time on the show. Sure, he can be a gag character every now and then, you know. But let's also give him a little bit of trauma. How about that? We give him a little bit of trauma because this shit that happened to him is traumatic. And let's be real here. You can't just send him back in looking completely fine. He's definitely had to deal with some shit. So we're going to give him some... Let's see. He doesn't like to look in reflective surfaces as he sees feral Ezekiel whenever he looks into them. He doesn't like to be left alone for long because he starts hearing things, that sort of thing, which is why he's clutching so much into Joe. Joe's starting to feel maternal weird instincts that she did for Cameron, in a way. And it's kind of like, I must protect. We have episode 16, where we have search for the Gilded Chrysaor in an old mine. Yeah, we're just getting rid of Anne Maria. I don't really want to give a reason, but I think her gimmick, for me at least, gets old real fast, okay? And I don't think she has many good, like, ways to have relationships in here with most of these characters. I don't know. I couldn't see it with Heather, other than a little bit back and forth, maybe. No, nothing for Harold. Maybe with Amy, because she's a stuck-up brat. I don't want to just say that immediately she'd get ripped along with Bowie because he's gay, but maybe because gay is his, like, stereotype? I don't know. This is my gay friend. Mal, definitely not. Dave, definitely not. Eva, hell no. They would hate each other, and maybe we can incorporate that. I don't even know how her and Scarlett could do anything. It just, I can't do anything with that, I don't think. Episode 17, we have dress up a mutated animal and send it down the runway. In this one, we are going to get rid of, let's see. Who has had enough screen time already in previous seasons, and the fandom hates? Sorry, Ripper, the fandom kind of hates you, buddy. Like, they really hate you. I like you, but the fandom hates you a lot, so... Or at least that's what I've seen from the fandom. They've been pretty anti-Ripper from day one. Moving on, we have episode 18. Cross a glass bridge while answering would you rather questions about other contestants. By now they have kind of started to get used to things. However, I'm going to have the two champions of this, like the two characters that are getting them all right, be... I mean, Julia's cheating secretly on her phone, but she gets discovered. And Chris breaks her phone, and she's like, no, but how am I gonna talk to my followers now? Oh, no. And Courtney's like, no fair, if you gave her a phone, I want a phone. And Chris goes, shut up! Shut up! You don't need a... Nobody gets a phone. I'm going to have Ezekiel and Harold start doing really good in this because Ezekiel just listens to people's conversations, not in a creepy way, but more of like when people talk to him about shit, and believe me, they'll just like complain to him about shit in this season. Actually, let's make that a gag. He's just chilling, sitting down, and a person will just walk up to him and start like venting like crazy. He'll just look directly into the camera, blink a couple times, and then another person will sit down and start just like venting to him about stuff, and then we'll get up, and he's just looks around and he's like, what the heck? What's going on here? Okay, moving on. We get rid of Bowie starts to sniff out the Mal thing going on here. And Mal catches that, hey, Bowie's kind of sneaking around some places that he shouldn't be right about now. And so he gets them to eliminate him. Okay, episode 19. We would have gotten rid of Harold. Participate in mock Olympic events such as the Spartan scavenger hunt, a wrestling match, and hurdles for the tiebreaker. Two players use wings made of wax and feathers to fly up and grab a gold medal. It's basically the other thing, except, you know, it's whoever wins the most points from those things. However, we're going to have it so that the Wicked of Weasels lose this one. After all, we do have our own boy with wings right here. And they're going to get rid of Harold. However, they don't because this is a non-elimination round. Moving on, we have made it to merge. Here is our contestants for merge. Okie dokie. So, episode 20. Find clues in various places in order to capture Jack the Ripper whilst avoiding being captured. Jack the Ripper is going to be played by Izzy this time, as well as Scary Girl. So, the person to escape capture is going to be obviously the one who was Jack the Ripper, which is going to be Ezekiel. And the person who knows facts about London is going to be Harold. These two had a dynamic that could have happened that they completely scrapped and then made them not really good friends. However, the constant Alejandro Heathers thing, the constant Heather thing going on, has gotten people a little bit riled up. How about that? It's been happening this entire episode. Oh, we're so pissed. So, they figure out later that's a double elimination, eliminating both Alejandro and Heather. Actually, hold on, I forgot to turn on presentation mode. This must be so much easier for you guys to see. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Okie dokie, so we've made it to our last, little bit of contestants, huh? I think I might have just opened a app that I didn't want to. Hold on. It's slowly loading up. I can see my screen trying to load it up, but it's just it's just taking so long. That doesn't matter. Oh, this sucks. Okay, so moving on, we have episode 21. There you are. Okay. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Bad. Anyway. Okay, so here we got a interesting cast of characters. So the next character we're going to get rid of is... Okay, the next character we're going to get rid of is going to be... Who's a character that we've seen enough of? It's going to be Julia. We're going to get out the Alejandro Heather Julia as soon as we can. There's only room for one master manipulator in town, and it is not Mal. It is Scarlet, unless... So anyway, we have Joe kind of bullying Harold, but still being protective of Ezekiel. We have Scott and Ezekiel being friends. We have Harold and Courtney being rivals right now. Mal's manipulating and just pretty much victimizing Dave. You know, going into his deepest insecurities about Sky, that sort of thing. We have Eva just trying to play the game at this point. And she's, she's more of a decent person to be around at this moment. And then we have Scarlet, who is... Well, she's been manipulating. It's just been behind the scenes. The next person to get out is going to be Scott. Okay, so for this we have Scott getting out. He's starting to suspect something about Mike. He got too close on the trail. Obviously, Scott can't be trusted, so Mike does some lies to Ezekiel, does some lies to Harold, to Courtney, all that sort of stuff. Courtney completely believes him, because why would he be Mal? It got rid of Mal, right? Right, you know, there couldn't be anything there. However, Scarlett's getting a little bit too close. So we have for... Oh my gosh, I skipped some of the challenges. For 20, we have the Jack the Ripper. For 21, we have eat a series of disgusting meals. This time, we aren't able to get Julia through this one. And the person who wins this is going to be Courtney, probably. 22, find a key hidden in Chef's kitchen to a go-kart. Be first to spray paint a mark on all 3 monuments on the island. We're going to have the person winning that one be Joe. For episode 23, we have climb a pole and retrieve a flag, walk across the board on top of shark-infested waters while carrying an eagle's egg, and run a race to the finish line. Why does that sound so familiar? The person who we're going to get rid of here is going to be Scarlett. Okay, we got Scarlett got rid of here, because Mal started to, because Dave is really uncomfortable around Scarlett, and eventually Mal was able to get some information out of him about Scarlett's past, and he uses that to his advantage. Amy just doesn't really care. She thinks that everybody already knows. Harold votes for Scarlett just because, you know, can't have any other ginger in here, right? He's gotta be the only one. To episode 24, we have go through a treasure hunt through all the season's challenges and finish before your opponent. The person to come in last in this is the instant elimination. Mal thinks that he might come in last, so he's a little bit scared of coming in last. He, even though Ezekiel's pretty far behind, he, trips Dave. Ezekiel doesn't notice at the time. He's like, oh man, I came in last, eh? But he did not. It was actually Dave, because Mal tripped him, left him for dead, that sort of thing. Moving on, we then have episode 25, where we have carriage with the team in it, cross the tightrope while avoiding being shot with a cannon by some of the people who are formerly in the game. Get to the finish line in a flying squirrel suit. The person to win this is going to be Courtney. Obviously, people are going to be kind of starting to be against each other in here. We have let's see. I think we're going to get rid of Amy here, she's had a small villain storyline, but it's more of just being a brat and convincing others to do stuff just by, like, threatening them. But she hasn't been too bad about it that they've been like, oh, we need to vote her off. It's just more like, okay, she's obnoxious. We have 26, make a suit of armor out of various materials from a junk pile, duel your opponent, and pin them to the ground for 3 seconds. Let's see, we have 6 people here, each of them get an opponent. We have Eva versus... We'll have Eva versus Joe. We'll have Ezekiel versus Courtney. Courtney's gonna destroy him. And then we have Harold versus Mal, which is going to be an epic fight because we have cartoon strength versus cartoon strength here. The people who win get immunity. Obviously, Ezekiel's not gonna get immunity. We're going to have Eva get immunity. And then we're going to have Mal win this one, which means that the 3 people who are up for elimination are Ezekiel, Harold, and... Hold on. Ezekiel, Harold, and Joe. Let's see. I think the person that we're going to get rid of here... is going to be... Okay, I think we're going to get rid of Joe, as they do think of her as a threat. Ezekiel's now afraid because he has less teammates than he originally did. Oh. Okay, there we go. For episode 27, we have cross the moats of doom, storm the castle, and get past the Mad King and extract the sword from the stone. Courtney's gonna win this one again. The person that they're going to eliminate is going to be... Actually, you know what? Let's have Mal win this. Give him a little bit of plot armor in a way. The person they're going to get rid of is going to be... I think all these people have a fair chance except for Mal. So I say we get rid of... I don't think it'd be fit for Harold to win a villain season. At all. I just don't think it'd be fit for him to do so. Seeming as he's not really a villain, he's just got some antagonistic moments in the series, and can be counted as a villain due to the fact, or he can be counted as an antagonist due to some of the antagonistic natures that he exhibits in Total Drama, such as the elimination of Courtney was kind of like a, oop, he's a bad guy type thing, you know, they made it out to make him look like a villain. So we're going to get him out here. The next one we're going to get out is going to be... Okay, first let's look at this. Episode 28, we have Race Around the Island, at first aided by a helper, reach the finish line while avoiding the changing landscapes controlled by the helpers turned hinderers. So this one's the Pocatello Island finale, if you couldn't tell. We're going to have the person getting eliminated in this one be... Mal, seeming as he is only hinderers. Now we have the final 3, so we have episode 29, Race across a river of lava, rolling the ball to the finish line while drinking goat's milk. The person to come out on top is going to be Ezekiel, thus allowing him to be third place. Now we have Eva versus Courtney on the line. The person who comes out of the ball next is going to be Eva. Why, do you ask? Why are we not letting our queen Courtney win? Even in the villain season? Well, let me tell you this. Courtney doesn't really have a, oh, because I'm a villain, this is my punishment. Courtney doesn't have a villain punishment, but to that I say it's not quite true, it's only half truth. Because Courtney's actual villain punishment is that though she keeps on getting close to the end, especially because in the first season she wasn't a villain, so this couldn't apply, but in every season after that she gets really close to the end, but she's unable to win. That is her curse, forever getting to like top 4, top 5, makes it past the merge, does really well, all that sort of stuff, but she can't win. And to that I say that's completely fine in this case. We're going to have Eva be the obvious winner here, canon, and then we have Ezekiel be another winner. For build a dummy may have driftwood and pineapples to throw into the volcano. We're going to have this be a friendly rivalry because Ezekiel's already apologized, made up with her, that sort of thing. So we have these two as our final two. Anyway, this is a Total Drama Villain season. Just a little bit of a fun thing for you guys. I voiced it in my voice. Well, not really, actually. This was completely worth it. So, time to do the outro, I guess. Go outside, compliment someone's hair, make the world a little bit of a better place. Bye-bye!